Good morning. Welcome to the class, dear students. So, in this class, we are going to have a very interesting topic today about something. In sense, human nature is so, some characters or habits or something which is required in human life, when that thing is absent or not given to a person properly, so the person is going to get penetrated or gets into depression. There are so many things, dear students. Maybe it is a support or encouragement or determination, dedication, respect, freedom. Overall, top of everything, one thing is which is most important in the life of the human beings, that is love and affection of the people. So when I speak about love and affection, so you have already seen the topic on the screen. She is talking about love. Maybe something wants to explain. So yes, absolutely. So here students, as I was saying you, we require all these things. So top of everything I said that we need to have love and affection in our life. People facing so many sorrows, coming under so many hazards, difficulties fallen in life, of course they take it as a challenge and come out, yet something is required. A little bit of love and affection given by parents, friends, brothers and sisters, husband and wife, of course lovers, whatever it may be. So man is going to be very happy because somewhere in the corner of his or her heart they are going to feel that somebody is there. Maybe parents, maybe brothers and sisters, maybe friends as well, etc. They are. So when that love is going to be given, man for a certain period of time is going to forget all his sorrows, and forgetfulness of his sorrows improves his health and also keeps away from depression. So now, if I am right, let me come to one thing, that to the related topic, if I speak something ironically, I think it may not be wrong. So to speak something is that if I say bees that have honey in their mouths has also got a sting in their tails. So what? Bees that have honey in their mouth, sweet sugar coated words people are going to speak, and if they are going to step from the back, don't know what is going to happen. It is deceiving. So why am I talking these words or sentences to you people? Is there something like that? Somewhere a percent there is something which is in relation. So now, for that, man should have morality with him. So, when I say the highest moral law is that which unremittingly work for the good of mankind. So that is what the poet has done here. So now, I have quoted these words because they are in relation to the poem. before we could get into the poem, the today's poem, that when you are old. So why or what made the poet to choose this topic? What is that he wants to prove? When you are old, is that so he wants to speak? When people are going to become old, how is that they are going to look? Or what will be their physical status, or mental status, or spiritual status, or any kind of that is having a relation with other people. Maybe they are going to forget, or they are going to remember anything, such things in relation to this. What makes him? What he wants to prove? Why has he given the topic when you are old? So let me break the suspense now to you all. And before that, let me talk about the poem or the poet. This W.B. Yeats, Y-E-A-T-S, Yeats, is an Irish poet, belonged to the Irish poet belonged to the late Victorian period. To talk about the poet, there are some different things told, that he has written many poems which are in relation to the human nature, particularly about love or something which is or some other things that are important in human life. So now, when coming to the poet's point of view, he was not inclined towards science or any scientific value, because he had got to do nothing with the things that were something like technical or scientific or something. He was more towards emotional things, sentiments, feelings, all these things. He has written the poems. And when Ireland was under the control of the people, that is the Americans, so then he happened to write some of the poems which drags the thinking of freedom. He crafted it very carefully and planned in a very nice manner to exhibit some of the poems which will touch the heart of the people. So hence I told you, he has got less values, or not the values, he is less interested towards technical or science or something like, so more inclined with emotions, sentiments, etc. So in today's poem, you are already seeing that when you are old, he has written this poem or poems to his beloved in memory of her. So, the present poem, what you are seeing on screen, is a memorable poem said in a very unique manner. So, very unique manner. So, now dear students, let me bring you to that thing which made you all, which made me to speak those words. What were those words? I told you, bees that have got honey in their mouths also had got the string. So here I told because the poet who was in very much in deep love with her beloved, with his beloved, could not successfully get to her. So it means there was something which was not understood by her, and they were separated. And I told you also, the highest moral law is that which unremittingly work for the good of mankind. So that is what the poet has done. He has not complained anything. He has not said that something very hard to his beloved that makes her feel bad even after getting old. Nothing, he has not done like that. So he has got the highest moral character. Coming to the other side, some say that he had some other 10 or 12 facts, don't know. People are going to speak both in favor as well as against. Some critics speak something, so let us not go to the critics. Let us see the note on author today, how and in what manner he was considered as a great poet. So William Butler is 1865 to 1939 is an Irish poet and one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. His early poetry is a part of the Celtic Twilight or the Irish Literary Review, and it uses the history, myths and heroic figures of Ireland. Its road place he was also one of the founders of the Abbey Theatre in Dublin and was witness to the revolutionary politics of Ireland. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. Later, under the influence of Ezra Pound, he began to write modernist poetry. He is one among the great love poets of the world. So as I already told you, in what manner he had a moral character and what are the contributions that he has given to the field of literature, as well in what way he has written. So emotionals, freedom, all these things are already told. So that is what quoted in the note also. So in the next paragraph, we see that what the speaker imagines to be his love when she is going to be old. In this love poem, the speaker, who is the lover, imagines his beloved in the future when she is old and reading the book of poems he is now writing. Reading the book, she will remember the past, her youthful beauty, and the many who admired her, while the others loved her physical beauty and grace. Only he loved her soul, and her soul's rich for something meaningful. However, she will also feel sad that love also vanished. So now, note how love is personified in the lives. So dear students, this is what he has spoken about love, about his beloved when she is going to be old. So already I told you few minutes back that what love is or human character is so, human nature is so that apart from everything, the highest thing that we are going to get the love and affection from our near and dear ones, the human beings are going to be so happy that it is beyond the imagination. To certain extent, they are going to forget whatever they are going to feel as sorrowful, maybe the hazards. So in relation to that, the pre-reading activity question is given. Let us have a brief thought or explanation over that. So students, the two questions are set on it. Let us see what. Is there a difference between love and infatuation? Do you think perception of love changes as one gets older? So the first question is something like not serious. we have to analyze the form of love. The second one is maybe serious, also maybe funny when we are going to talk. Funny in sense, I will tell you. So the first one, is there a difference between love and infatuation? Of course, students, there is difference. Love is said to be eternal, whatever the form of love may be. Whereas infatuation is also a form of love which has no eternality, rather has got lust. Simple, we can say it is a lustful love. For certain time, maybe until and unless, whatever it may be, it has got a different meaning. So the second question appears to be a little bit funny, I told you, because it all depends upon the people when they are going to be old, whether they are going to retain their love with the same intentions or not, we don't know. And we can't blame here for anybody for anything. Why? Because man in the beginning, particularly he is talking about the love of his lover. So this question appears. Now let us say whether the lover or the husband and wife whatsoever, after a certain period of time, they are going to have their own life, their children, their responsibilities. Maybe love will be there, but because of these things, it may not be shown to that extent, what I feel is. So right, the perception towards love may change or may not change. So this is what the poet is talking. Now let us see. You can see the pictures. Later we are going to come across many pictures of the poet along with his lady love, whom he loved very deeply. To that extent, let me name the name of the lover or beloved, then Mount Gaunt, to whom he loved very deeply. Mount Gaunt was his lady love. So let us read the poem now. When you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read, and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. Then the rest of the two stanzas. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true, but one man loved the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face, and bending down beside the glowing bars murmured a little sadly how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. So, okay, students, this is about the poem, and let me give a brief instruction about what he is feeling. So, in the first and the second, in the first stanza, he is talking about the prime of youth and recalling it, and again he speaks about looking her pastime, that how beautiful she appeared to be, and in the last he says that how she has not recognized him, his love, and how love has vanished. It means the speaker asks someone to think ahead to old age in general, but in particular it is he who talks about his love. Then he died at the age of 75, and it is some of the elements that the poet tries to speak. Some major two elements he is speaking. The first, love the sorrows of your changing face. The other one, loved her. Then the second one is, hid his face among stars. So let me discuss the poem in detail in the next class. Till then, try to read and understand what is explained. So let us meet in the next class with all the cheerfulness. Take care and bye.